Hello everybody, this is Ronar, and today we are back for some more XCOM Beyond Legendary. So let's begin. Today's mission is going to be a rescue VIP mission. We've got an engineer that needs to be rescued over there, and we're going to bring him all the way back to this point right down there. Now, there's going to be a big difference between the vanilla get on point missions compared to the Long War, Ted Jam, and Beyond Legendary get on point missions. You see this timer over here? That's not the actual timer. The actual timer is this number divided by 2. So this is the timer that will end the mission. However, at around 9 turns in, you're going to start dealing with near infinite amounts of reinforcements that will kill you. So that is the actual true, quote, timer in this sense.
Sure,
that is something that is not really explained well in the Long War documentation, and it was specifically done to counter people from doing stealth missions. People were doing things where they were like running in with like stealthy soldiers and hacking the VIP and running them over here. So what they did was they kind of just changed the formula completely. They moved the evac zones really far away from like the rescue point and all that other stuff. And yeah. So just keep that in mind. The actual timer is a lot shorter than this. After the first few reinforcements arrive, that's about when you should realize, oh, it's time for us to get out of here. Like we need to go like now. I have no doubt during our showcases of Beyond Legendary, we will eventually reach a point where we'll encounter Doom reinforcements. So
Understood.
you guys will have an idea of what that's like once we actually see it. But Doom reinforcements are something that are not to be taken lightly. They're called Doom for a reason. But let's begin by moving forward. This map isn't super big compared to the usual large types of maps. So I'm not too concerned about the timer right now. I'm more concerned about just making sure my rookies get through this alive. We got a group of 3 organic enemies up there. One thing we can do is actually just start off with a nice old poison spit. That will cripple all of them and make it so that we have a little bit of damage on them actually. That's one option. I'm actually kinda tempted to take that. We could start by taking the hit and run with our skirmisher, but the accuracy isn't particularly high. We can also have one of our rookies toss a grenade. That's not a bad option either. I'm thinking if I am going to do something with my soldiers, it'll probably be something... Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this.
I am on my way.
We're going to have some of our rookies move forward.
Stay close as it may try to crawl up your pant leg.
Moving out.
And we'll start with an Overwatch ambush maybe. On maybe like 2 of them.
Overwatch.
We'll pick the ones that are a little bit further away. Then after that, we're going to have our snake use a poison spit if possible. Use a poison spit if possible, and it is. We'll see if these 2 guys down here can get some damage off on these guys. Hopefully enough so that the poison will finish them off. And let's see how this goes. Got 1 shot over there, not going to connect on the sectoid. Second shot does connect though. Alright, not the worst. Not the best either. I was really hoping that we could actually get a little bit more stuff done here, and unfortunately we're actually flanked by that sectoid. I do have a flashbang. A flashbang plus poison should keep us relatively safe. That's probably the best that we've got here, I think. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll take Dredaya over down to here. We'll start by taking a hit and run attack against this engineer down here. Just get a little bit of damage on him. And then we'll probably follow that up with a flashbang, assuming no one else can follow up with anything. Yeah, this rookie can't exactly follow up. I could just throw a grenade on this guy and just finish him off. That way we're only taking shots from 2 enemies. That should be fine. So grenade on this fellow. I probably could have positioned a little bit better here, but we've got a flashbang, so right now with the poison, they only have 45 and 55 aim, so around like 50 aim. Plus the flashbangs minus 20 accuracy, they should only have like a 30% chance to hit us. We should be probably fine here. And 20% of that is going to be like graze chance, so it's most likely that we're just going to get grazed for a bit of damage. We'll see though. You can never tell with RNG, right? Sectoid's accuracy is so bad that... What the... I don't know what that admin trooper just did. You know, with the, there's been an update to the enemy AI, and I think that update is still, getting patched up and stuff. But occasionally they'll do like the smartest things ever and just completely outmaneuver your team. And then other times they'll just end up taking like this one step forward and just like wasting their actions completely. And you have to ask yourself like, what's going on with you guys? Alright, but anyways, seeing as how we have an opportunity here, I'm going to take my snake and run it all the way up as close as I can. And we're just going to cancel this guy's Overwatch. Excellent shot right there. And he'll actually die from the poison, so we no longer have to worry about that guy. And if you guys remember from last time, the snake is immune to Overwatch, so this sectoid's Overwatch will not stop it from taking actions. Then after that, we just need to figure out a way to get behind that sectoid. I'm thinking maybe we can get behind it with like a grapple from here and then run up the sides, perhaps? Yeah, that's a bit far away, actually. Is there a different grappling position? Not quite. Not quite. One of our rookies might have to run that Overwatch. It's pretty low accuracy, so I'm not going to be too scared of that. Although I would prefer not to like chance it, even though it's only a 35% chance. It'll probably be around like 25-30% chance when I start running it, but it can still hurt. So if I could help to avoid it, I would like to, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. Let's have Jaffa Pug over here run that Overwatch. A little bit of graze damage, but it didn't penetrate our armor, so we're still good. Why don't we have you... Ooh. I want to grenade the sectoid, but I don't want to kill it with the grenade, because then we'll lose the loot on top of that. If possible, I would like to keep that loot. Is there any way I can keep my loot? Maybe if I get to this grapple up here, I might be able to get the backside of that sectoid. Just want to see... Yep, there we go.
Maybe.
It's a pretty large map, so I'm not too worried about activating more stuff. When it comes to activations and stuff, you kind of have to be a little bit brave with Beyond Legendary, because if you're not, then you're going to run too low on the timer, and then you're just going to get overwhelmed by reinforcements. When you think about a map, I like to think of it as enemies being somewhat spread out across the map. So probably the next spot will be somewhere near this building, and maybe another one somewhere inside of here or behind it guarding the guy. So grappling around like this side over here, I'm not too scared of doing so. Maybe we might find like a solo patrol drone or something, but nothing too crazy in my opinion. There we go, that's a kill. And it's a good thing we got the kill with our bullets, because this guy was carrying an Elerium core. You can tell what kind of loot they're carrying by the shape of the stuff over there. Everybody else, let's move forward and get ready to keep on going. At this point, most of our soldiers are out of action, so I am instead of running up here, I'm just going to not move up there.
I won't hold anything back.
Try to catch anything that might move in against us on yellow alert. Reload Mr. Dredaya over here, because Dredaya's almost out of ammo. Skirmishers need a lot of ammo. And there we go, there was something up there. Bio Captain and Surveillance Drone. Let's get ready to take care of these things next. We do get a 2 damage graze against him. That means he won't get a chance to take a yellow alert action against us.
Farce. All of it.
And here comes the drone. Oh my gosh, you guys landed all your shots. I'm down for that. Okay. Let's get rid of that guy's Overwatch using the snake, and then after that, we will take care of the drone. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll move up with cover facing this way, because I'm assuming the last group of enemies will be in there. We've encountered 5 enemies so far, 3 killed, 2 currently active, and the mission is a 7 to 9 enemy mission, though we can estimate that there's approximately 1 more pod of 3 in there probably to make an 8 enemy mission. There might be like an extra drone or something lying around, but it shouldn't be too crazy. Oh, you know what I should have done? Instead of moving into the circle, I should have moved here. Now we're getting hit by the zone of control. Our accuracy is a little bit weak here. I'm going to throw a grenade. That'll cancel his Overwatch, and if that doesn't kill him, someone else can finish him off. Excellent. Doesn't kill him. When it comes to loot, I'm more concerned about getting loot from the aliens, because aliens can drop Elerium cores. These regular dudes just kind of drop weapon mods and stuff, and early on, the weapon mods they drop aren't particularly special, so I'm not exactly dying to pick up their type of loot. Let's move up the rest of our squad together. I'm going to take my blue move actions first, just in case we activate something, then everyone else can
You do
respond if
realize I'm just
necessary.
gonna keep this, right?
Let's go.
Follow roll.
Alright, and we all have cover facing forward, so if any enemies appear from the building, we will have cover against them. Let's start taking shots against this guy. Nice work. If we miss any shots, we throw any grenades that we have left over. I'm gonna toss a grenade on this drone. The drone's a little bit harder to hit. Might as well use our guaranteed damage. I'll take one shot with you just to see if we can get any loot. If not, we're just throwing a grenade with our skirmisher. Unfortunately, not a kill. Now, I could take this 64% to try and get the loot, but if I fail, then someone gets stunned, and I kind of don't want people to get stunned if I can help it. I'm just going to toss a grenade and make this easy on myself. Nice work. And here comes the final group. 3 enemies. Let's get ready to take care of them. Got a sectoid, got a biotrooper, and a frostroid. Now, when it comes to the biotroopers, they're essentially like a weaker version of a standard advent trooper. The main thing you gotta watch out for them is the gas grenades that they carry. So as long as you spread out, it shouldn't be too bad. And for this round, as long as we can weather the sectoid's attacks, we should be okay.
Found a way to mind control them now.
Gonna be able to cast one more attack and then take a shot, probably. Let's see how we do here. I make sure to put all my flashbangs on people who aren't rookies. And that's because the rookies tend to have lower will. And, ooh, a lot of yellow alert actions coming out. Could have actually downed someone there. Good thing we took cover facing the building. Now then, do we have a flashbang? Ooh, we don't have a flashbang to deal with the sectoid, it seems. So here's a bit of a problem. We might have to turn our efforts and focus on the zombie instead. Yeah, there's a good chance we might have to do that. Let's focus on the zombie. For this round, I'm not feeling our team's ability to take down that sectoid. So let's just do this for now. We'll mass grenade that zombie. Now, a little bit of a kind of misleading thing about grenades. So in Long War, grenades do not do the standard 3 damage that they do in vanilla. They do 2 to 5 damage. But that number listed is based on when you center the grenade on your target. If you're hitting the grenade on the edge, there is damage fall off, and this goes for every form of explosive, not just grenades, so rockets and all that other stuff. Their damage falls off as you get further away from the center. So there is actually a chance that your grenade can roll 1 damage if you roll it like this. And I rarely ever notice it roll 1 damage, but I have had it before when you roll it along the edge of the square, so just keep that in mind if you're in a really, really desperate situation. I should have reloaded with that guy first before I threw that grenade, but that's alright. Let's take the low HP person and run them back to safety over here.
On the move.
Put them inside of the full cover instead of the half cover. And nice work, zombie has been destroyed.
Got no ammo.
Now then, let's figure out how we're going to take care of the remaining enemies up here. We can move up to here, but this is not a flank because it seems like the peak over here is blocked by this, so we're actually seeing him from peeking this way, which means he does get the block over there. If our grappling hook was up, that would be really nice. I think what we'll do for this round is we'll grab the loot using our skirmisher, and we'll hunker down for a round maybe, or just, I don't know, overwatch, waste our actions somehow. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll take the snake, and we could try to get some chip damage on that sectoid with this flank. That's not a bad option, actually. I might consider that. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll move back to here. And then what we'll do is we will take the attack over here. Unfortunately, not going to connect. But then we can reposition ourselves out of this spot back into a safer full cover position. Alright, and then Mr. Dredaya over here, I guess you can just overwatch. There's not really much you can do around here. That rookie in half cover is in a little bit of danger. We'll see if he manages to survive this round. Not going to connect with any of our shots. Here comes the biotrooper. I made sure to spread out just so we wouldn't get hit by the gas grenade. We were pretty lucky and we managed to dodge both the 50%, so that's pretty solid. Alright then, let's continue harassing that sectoid with hit and run fire from our Sidewinder over here. We can just afford to keep doing this. We could also get rid of this guy's Overwatch, that's another option too. Maybe we do that instead of going for the sectoid. I don't have a guaranteed hit on the sectoid, I might as well go for this here. And this flank does actually get a nice crit. Now we're gonna run right back to here, and since we're freed from the Overwatch, we can actually take other actions as necessary. I think what we'll do is perhaps we'll run
Moving to position.
this rookie over here. You're gonna stay in full cover, but you'll be able to contribute by... Ooh, can I not get that grenade? Ooh, we can't get that grenade apparently. Maybe we'll just throw a grenade on top of that guy. If we're lucky, we might be able to destroy his floor. Not gonna destroy his floor, but he is weakened. That's not bad. Can we get up to here? Yes, we can. Perfect. We're gonna use Radaya over here and finish off the Biotrooper up top, and then someone else can finish off the Frostroid at the bottom side. I might even be able to save ammunition. I'm a little bit worried about this graze chance. There's a 20% chance that we graze and an 8% chance that we miss. The shot does not have that risk. I'm gonna take the shot instead. Alright, and what we'll do next is we're going to reload, that way we have ammunition to deal with the sectoid next round. Now all we have to do is just survive a round against the sectoid and we should be okay. Do we have any grenades? We don't have any grenades, but we do have a shot from here. If I do decide to take this move up to here and shoot this sectoid, or this droid, we do get that flank. I have to worry about that sectoid coming down to this side and trying to shoot us, though. The loot over here is also expiring very soon. Is there any way I could possibly get the loot? I don't think so. I think what we should do is have this soldier come up and kill the Frostroid, and maybe have someone else overwatch the sectoid so it doesn't get a chance to try anything funny. I think that's what we'll do. We're gonna have Basti come over here and finish off this droid. Nice work. Unfortunately, we are gonna lose out on that loot. But as I said before, these guys don't really carry Illyrium cores. This is literally probably just gonna be like a basic hair trigger or something. I'm not about to risk my soldiers' lives over 5 credits.
Very well, taken.
Jaffa Pug is going to come over here, and instead of shooting at the sectoid, we're going to overwatch him, and hopefully that will cause his AI to decide not to run.
Hey, it's warm and tells Rolls all.
And that did prevent his AI from running. Perfect.
Have you Rochas been drinking milk from a rousty faucet?
Alright, and then all that's left is to take care of this fella over here. We're just going to go close quarters here and just get right up to him. Try to get some good damage against him. We'll have one of the rookies weaken him down first if possible. That way we can give the kill to the skirmisher. But the problem is all the rookies are out of ammo. We get one shot with Jaffa Pug. Let's see if Jaffa Pug can help out. Excellent shot. Alright, and with that, we should have a great chance to finish him off with 2 shots without taking much. 1 shot is all we need. There we go. Alright, reinforcements are almost here. Once that flashes yellow, that means they're halfway to arrival, and then once it splashes red, that means they are going to arrive on the next turn. So let's quickly get our hack going. One thing that you should always check with some of the unique classes is check their hack stat. If it says -25, that means they actually can't hack. They don't know how to open the doors, which is kind of ironic because these are the aliens that are supposed to work for Advent. But it's because the modders couldn't actually give them the laptop animation or the iPad animation to open the doors. They call it an iPad. I know it's not an actual iPad. But I guess someone else will have to open the door. This guy's only got 1 hack stat. 1 hack stat. I don't think anyone here really has particularly high hack stats, so we might as well just get whoever's available for this. I think Radaya is the closest person to this. To get to this jail cell, we actually have to come over here to go through that door and get in there, so
That's
kind of
right.
a far walk here. What we'll do with the rest of our squad is we're going to secure the route to the evac zone, so we're just going to have everyone reload, make sure they have ammunition,
Oh yeah.
and we're going to try and take care of
Yes.
any reinforcements that might decide to drop in on us.
Slow and steady.
There we go. Next round reinforcements are coming in. Everyone's reloaded. Jediah over here is going to come down to here. Quickly grab the guy.
On Overwatch.
Rouse, wait now.
And here comes reinforcements. Let's see what we've got. We've got Biotrooper and Basic Trooper. Okay, nothing too special. But a bit bulky. Hopefully our rookies will be able to get some chip damage and finish them off. Ooh, okay, this is sneaky. They didn't land within sight of us. We know they're right up there, though. What's the best way to deal with these fellows? Maybe we try to throw some grenades on them? Now, there is a strange interaction with attacking enemies that you can't see. If you throw grenades on top of enemies that you can't see, that actually does not trigger them sometimes. It's not triggering them. Okay, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're just going to get a bit of chip damage against them, maybe. Perhaps we'll flashbang them or throw some poison on top of them. Fortunately, our Viper can't actually get poison on top of them, but we should be able to get a flashbang on them. That way, when they come in on yellow alert, they won't be able to get very good shots against us. Also, we technically already grenaded them, so I guess they can't yellow alert us. That was kind of pointless, thinking about it. We'll just Overwatch with you guys, and you can just quickly hack these guys out. Now, one of the best packs you can get is the Soldier hack stat permanently increased, but only if you're doing it on like a hacker class unit. Unfortunately, we do not have a hacker class unit with us. We'll take the 1% chance. Oh my goodness. Every single time when you don't have any chance of getting the stuff, you get really high rolls, and then anytime you you have really good hack stat, your roll ends up being really low. It's just how it always works with these things. It's the "that's XCOM baby" phenomenon that everyone always jokes about. Alright, here we go. Let's get ready to take care of these guys. Alright, they're just gonna move up to here. We're just gonna run right behind them and shoot them to death with our entire squad. Snake does have the parkour ability, allowing it to climb right up the walls. I'm gonna shoot maybe this guy with your gun because your gun's a bit weaker. The rookies have a slightly stronger gun, so we're gonna give them
Heading out.
the shot on the higher HP guy. Nice work.
Hostile terminated.
Those troopers removed. And as you guys noticed, the reinforcements do not mark where they drop into. That is a feature of Long War. Prevent players from just camping right on top of where they're going to drop in and just overwatching.
Let's go.
Okay, let's get out of here. We're just going to run straight on down. No need to overthink this. When you end your turn and it doesn't say alien activity down here or advent activity, that means you are clear to just run around the map without having to waste your time slow crawling with Overwatch and stuff. One of the nicer changes that Long War has introduced. Or rather, Long War of the Chosen.
Already there.
And there we go. Squad is out. Let's get out of here, guys.
VIP secure and in position for evac.
Alright, that was a very standard and straightforward mission. Very happy with how this turned out.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
And that is going to be the mission. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll be back once again next time. And we'll rank up all of our rookies, take a look at all that stuff in the next video. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Leave comments, do whatever it takes to help us out with the algorithm and stuff. That would be very much appreciated, guys. Until next time, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Our troops are making it look easy out there, Commander. All thanks to you.